Now let's get into Sage Intacct for construction. And we're going to make our way over to Intacct itself. Now, this is your home screen. This is what you'll see every time you log into Intacct. There are two things I want to point out here on the screen. The first is going to be up at the top left-hand side of the screen, and there's a release announcement being made. And that's because Intacct actually does 4 software releases a year, and those updates are automatically pushed out to users. So what this means is that you don't have to install any updates yourself, nor do you have to get anyone from IT involved to install any updates for you, because they'll be there the next time you log in. And with every release, Sage provides release notes that can be found here in this link. With those release notes, it doesn't only tell the users the existing parts of the product that were enhanced, but it also identifies all the additional features that were added to the product with that release. Another thing I want to point out is going to be this help center. Now, this help center is great for both new and existing users, and people can find help or training by subject or by role. This really helps if you want to, do your training on your own time or want to learn different pieces of the software. You can come here and you can learn what those pieces of the software are in Intacct. One thing I love about Intacct is that it's super easy to navigate around. It does have a traditional drop-down menu structure to where I can navigate to the application I want to work in and then select the task or report I want to run from here. But since Intacct is a modern software, there's quite a few different ways to do things. One of the ways I can also navigate around Intacct is by favoriting tasks that I do every day or often, because I can click that star next to that task and it's going to populate it on drop-down menu for my favorites. Another way I can navigate around Intacct is by utilizing the search feature. Now, Intacct has a very powerful search engine that users can utilize to search for vendors, customers, or even transactions by typing in what they want to search for and then telling Intacct where they want to search for that information in. So let's say that I have a vendor calling me about an outstanding payment. I can type in that vendor name right here and then tell Intacct where I want to look for this vendor name in. And since they're calling about an outstanding bill, let's say AP bill. When I hit go, the search results are going to yield everything that is a bill within AP that has that vendor name associated with it. Now, while we're here, let's talk about AP for a little bit, and let's dive into one of these AP bills. As I open up this bill, what we're going to see at the very top of the screen is a really nice summary of the bill itself. I have the date information, the totals, if there was any retainage held back, that's identified up here. And then I have the payment detail with the amount as well as a payment number. Now let's play that scenario out and say, okay, well, that vendor called about this bill, but I see that it's been paid. One of my favorite things with Intacct is the user efficiency. So I don't actually have to leave this screen to start diving in to find more information regarding this payment. All I have to do is click on this check number right here, and it's going to open up a bills register for me. Here, I'm going to be able to see the date we processed this payment, where it was coded to, who it was for, how much it was for. I can even see the bank account that we used to process this payment out of. Now, since I don't see a cleared status at this level of drill down, I need to click on this check number one more time to take me deeper into this bills register. Here, I see a cleared status. Tech has the ability to link your bank account into the system to automatically feed transactions in. I would say that refreshes about every 8 hours. So since I have that active within my software, I see as of that last sync, this check hasn't cleared. So now I need to go ahead and think about starting that void and reissue process. Again, I mentioned user efficiency. I don't have to leave this screen to start that void process because there's a void link right here to where I can click on and start that void process and then reissue that payment. So let's go back out to our bill and let's flip this scenario around and say maybe we haven't paid this bill and I need to figure out why. One of the areas on this screen I can utilize to find out more information is this attachment field. Because Intacct does support invoice imaging, on transactions. So here I've opened up a digital copy of my invoice so I can see all of these invoice details. I can check and see what it was for, to double check the coding. I can see all of the date information, everything I could think of that I would need to just double check this transaction in the system. Another area on the screen I can utilize is this collaborate tool down here. Now, this collaborate tool is great for leaving notes for user visibility. And you can even tag users to get your answers addressed quickly instead of sending countless emails or Teams messages back and forth. And when a user is tagged, they'll receive an alert in Intacct itself, letting them know that they have a message on a transaction. And they'll also receive an email letting them know that they have a message in Intacct. And that email will have a link in it that will take them directly to this transaction that the message was left on.